2022. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. For those of you calling in, please ensure that your line is muted. Thank you. And first, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner O'Grady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, well, today is November 8th, so happy Election Day, happy Voter Day. Hope everyone has already made it to the polls or has a voting plan for today. If you did not vote early or cast your absentee ballot, like I saw my good administrator over the weekend, so thank you for that. But November is also Native American Heritage Month. Our friends Ty and Masami Smith, directors of the Native American Indian Center of Central Ohio, had wanted to be with us this morning to celebrate Franklin County's Native American history, but due to family obligations in the Pacific Northwest, they are unable to attend today. Instead, they sent a short video for us to play about one of their most important initiatives, to secure property in Ohio that will be exclusively devoted to Ohio's Native American heritage. This initiative is known as Land Back NACO, and we'll be sure to invite them again at another time. For more information about this and other ways of connecting with Ohio's Native American heritage, please visit their website at www.naicco.com. And we're going to play the video.
Land acknowledgements have become important statements used to recognize the fact that there were and still are numerous indigenous stewards across this land our Iroquois relatives call Turtle Island. Here in the Ohio Valley area, we know that the Great Shawnee Nation, the Delaware, the Wyandot, the Miami, the Haudenosaunee, and many other tribes once called this part of the country home prior to being forcibly removed. But rather than have these words serve as a blanket statement during a time when cultural sensitivity has come to the forefront more so than it ever has before, how about we put some real action behind these words to do something that really helps make up for the past? For us here at the Native American Indian Center of Central Ohio, or NACO, we are doing just that. We have chosen to take a bold step forward, one that intentionally puts action behind such words.
I believe that it's very important to return our Native American Indian people to the land. Our Indian people have always known that Mother Nature is a very powerful being next to our Creator. Nature is the foundation from which all life derives. NACO has this one opportunity to teach and protect our natural resources, tribal protocols, sovereignty, ceremonies, and healing ways that have always been in place all over Indian country, but not successfully preserved or practiced in urban settings.
Rather than just speaking to it, we are pursuing a tangible goal, a vision, a dream, one that entails us attaining our own piece of land here in Ohio that we, as Native people, can connect with and call home. This campaign is formally known as Land Back NACO. Our goal as NACO is to acquire a minimum of 20 acres, thus to not only have a space in Ohio to call ours, but more so to have a place where we can preserve and restore our cultural ways and build and strengthen our Native community.
We as Native American people were raised to respect and honor the sacredness of nature from the time of birth and goes back for many generations. It has everything we need to survive: medicines, food, air, and water. It provides all the essential elements to hunt, fish, gather our foods. These things we are losing as a people, but trying to bring back and preserve our most precious commodity where it is lacking and at a time when it matters most. Please join us in NACO's efforts to return the Native American people to a land that is not relegated by others, but cared for by its rightful stewards of Ohio.
To join and follow our Land Back NACO campaign and journey, visit our social media sites and agency website.
You can also support us by visiting NACO Cuisine, our newly launched Native American street food trailer here in Central Ohio.
Today, I would also like to recognize that November is National Home Care and Hospice Awareness Month. and to invite you to attend our annual hospice tree lighting here in the county building lobby on November 28th at noon. Home care for the elderly and chronically ill provides a high-quality, compassionate way to age in place. And professional home health visits can reduce hospital readmissions by as much as 25%. Hospice is compassionate, person-centered end-of-life care that focuses on the comfort of the patient and the needs of loved ones. More than 1.5 million Americans receive hospice care each year, and we partner every November with the hospice organizations from Ohio Health and Mount Carmel Health on an important event to celebrate and support their work. We'll have some light refreshments and entertainment, and you can purchase an ornament for the hospice tree in memory of a loved one who's no longer with us. It's a great fundraiser for the hospice and a kickoff to the holiday season. So I hope to see you all there. It's also Lung Cancer Awareness Month, and lung cancer is the leading cancer killer of both men and women in the U.S., claiming a life about once every 2.5 minutes. There is hope. However, as the lung cancer survival rate has increased dramatically in recent years, it's vital that you get your annual checkups and cancer screenings. You can learn all about lung cancer at lung.org and about lung cancer screenings at savebythescan.org. November is also National Alzheimer's Awareness Month and National Diabetes Month. Alzheimer's is a type of brain disease that is caused by damage to the nerve cells in the brain. It's the most common cause of dementia. It results in progressive memory loss and is ultimately fatal. More than 6 million Americans and their loved ones are living with Alzheimer's today, a number that will increase as our population ages. You can learn more about Alzheimer's disease or how you can donate to support research into treatments, as well as find resources for caregivers and get a free memory screening from the Alzheimer's Foundation at alzfdn.org. And finally, diabetes occurs when a person's glucose or blood sugar is too high, and it affects about 37 million Americans. It can damage the eyes, the kidneys, nerves, and heart, and is linked to some types of cancer. Diabetes can affect both older and very young people and tends to affect people of color at higher rates than white Americans. Fortunately, diabetes can sometimes be controlled through lifestyle changes, and there are medical treatments available as well. Visit the Central Ohio Diabetes Association via Life Care Alliance at lifecarealliance.org to learn more about diabetes screenings and treatments. All right. Can I get approval of the minutes for the October 25th and November 1st, 2022 general sessions and the October 27th and November 3rd, 2022 briefing sessions?
Move approval of the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. First up, we have domestic relations.
Resolution number 81522. Resolution authorizing a contract extension for linen and laundry service for the Franklin County Juvenile Intervention in the amount of $54,376.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reeves, Deputy Director. This resolution is requesting a 2-year contract extension for the Juvenile Intervention Center for linen and laundry services with Buckeye Linen Services. The contract increased by 3% from the previous year. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 81522.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81522 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great one. Next up, we have the coroner.
Resolution number 816-22. Resolution authorizing the receipt of an American Rescue Plan Funding 2022 grant program subgrant in the amount of $249,373.20 for and authorizing the county administrator to sign all acceptance documents related to the award.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Amanda Wright. I'm the Director of Operations representing the Coroner's Office. The resolution today will be presented by our Chief Toxicologist, Dan Baker.
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, the Franklin County Coroner's Office has applied for and been awarded an American Rescue Plan Funding 2022 Grant Program Subgrant. This award will be used to purchase forensic toxicology automated solid phase extraction processors and fund forensic pathology personnel costs. The overall result will be increased efficiencies, reduced backlogs, and enhancement of the services provided by the coroner's office to the residents of Franklin County. Pending any questions, we request adoption and approval of this resolution. Thank you.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81622.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81622 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great day. Next, we have engineer.
Resolution number 81722, preliminary allocation and final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee $5 funds for the city of Columbus in the amount of $1,100,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nick Soulis, Government Affairs Liaison for Franklin County Engineer Cornell Robertson. Commissioners, we've got two companion pieces of legislation. This first resolution relates to a request from the City of Columbus to use a portion of their permissive fee funds to install new and upgrade existing signage and pavement markings along a variety of roadways within the city boundaries. The county engineer has reviewed the proposed use of funds and has determined that they meet the allowable use. Pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81722 has been adopted. Resolution number 81822, preliminary allocation and final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee $5 funds for the city of Columbus in the amount of $2,200,000.
Commissioners, this second resolution again relates to a request from the City of Columbus to use a portion of their funds, permissive fee funds, for this to upgrade traffic signals at a variety of intersections within the city boundaries. Again, the county engineer has reviewed the proposed use of funds and determined that they meet the allowable use. So pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81822 has been adopted.
Great. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Nick. Have a good one. Next up, we have Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 81922, resolution authorizing the 2023 core network commitment with People Driven Technology Incorporated.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Lust with the Franklin County Data Center. The data center maintains the Franklin County Data Network, linking all county computers, phones, and technology. At the center of this network is a pair of core switches that serves as a redundant gateway to the county network and to the internet. The current core switch has reached end of life and does not provide the function or capacity required for modern applications used throughout the county today. This commitment resolution will allow us to order the new network equipment and then pay for it and receive it in 2023. Pending any questions, we do request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 81922.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 81922 has been adopted. Resolution number 82022, resolution authorizing a supplemental appropriation in the Network Infrastructure Fund to support the Network Redundancy and Reliability Initiative.
Thank you. And the other part of the network is the access layer, and that's made up of switches and access points that are located in all county locations. This resolution approves an auditor certificate and a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $1,690,923 to the Network Infrastructure Fund for the procurement of switches and access points to replace devices that have reached end of life. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82022.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 82022 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Adam, you got on a very festive tie, a very appropriate tie for today. I love it. Next up, Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 82122, resolution authorizing an affordable housing development agreement with Woda Cooper Companies Incorporated to receive funding through the Magnet Fund program to assist the development of an affordable housing project in the amount of $850,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Director James Schimmer from Economic Development and Planning. And I'm here to bring forward this resolution for an affordable housing development agreement with Woda Cooper and Companies. Woda Cooper intends to invest approximately $15.6 million to develop 46 units of affordable senior housing at 33 West Morrill Avenue off of South High near Hungarian Village. This project is the fourth and the last from the first round of applications that we had in for 2020. And all of the units constructed will be affordable at or below 60% of the area median income. The amount granted through the Magnet Fund will be $850,000. Joining us virtually today from Woda Cooper Companies, we have Jonathan McKay, Vice President of Development, who will be in attendance who is in attendance today if you have any questions regarding this particular project. But I would ask for your approval of this resolution this morning.
Yeah, I just have one question for you or Mr. McKay on, is there a minority participation goal for the project?
That is a question he would have to ask. We do not have that in our contract
Okay.
for construction. I don't see him on. I don't know if he is on today.
That's something we don't have inked at this time, but it's obviously something that we always pursue with any development to meet Section 3 requirements because the project is located in the city of Columbus. And we are also getting City of Columbus funds on this development. So there will be Section 3 participation.
President.
Oh, yeah.
Can Mr. McKay spell out what those requirements of Section 3 are? When Section 3 participation referred to, what does that mean?
It means that a certain percentage of the project will be looking for different contractors and subcontractors that will reflect the minority participation.
President Crowley, Commissioner O'Grady, is it an open percentage amount? Is there a minimum? Is there a floor on the minority participation in the development of these units?
We typically try to hit 10%, and that's the goal of this project. So obviously we'll try to do, any above and beyond that as well in addition.
Okay.
Commissioner Crowley, or President Crowley, Director, Mr. McKay, we've been down this road for a number of years now. So, I would expect that when these come before us, that should be an easy answer. So if we could, in the future, this should be an easy answer. We shouldn't have any questions about this stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And I think I asked because I was asked. People do look at the publishing for the agenda, and so there are folks who call in and inquire about something that we're getting ready to vote on. What is the minority participation? And so, I know what Section 3 is, but it's important for the community to understand what Section 3 is, or what the goal is on all projects, not just this one, all of them. People do look and pay attention to the to voting session, despite what people think. People do too.
And we get that it's typically, the answer, and it's typically, but we shouldn't have to know what is typical. We should have an answer.
Okay.
I guess what I'm getting to.
President Crowley, Commissioner O'Grady, we're proud of the accomplishments of the Magnet Fund, and of course, in this community, we need all the affordable housing that we can get. But when this article was published, I too, as county administrator, was asked who would be developing and building these projects, because there is a desire in the community for even good things to have inclusiveness. Even though we welcome every single affordable housing unit, minority, women participation, diversity participation is extremely important. Has the construction manager been selected for this particular project, Mr. McKay?
Yes, it has. Woda Cooper is a vertically integrated affordable housing developer, contractor, and manager. So we have a contracting arm that will be the contractor. It's Woda Construction, Inc. is the name of it.
Thank you.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82122.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 82122 has been adopted.
Thanks, Commissioners, and we hear you loud and clear. Thanks.
Thank you.
Resolution number 82222, resolution authorizing the Board of Franklin County Commissioners to sign the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Sean Ingalls at 1522 Little Avenue, Township of Franklin, Ohio 43223.
Good morning, Julissa Tiruchalon, Administrative Assistant 2 for EDP. Mr. Sean Ingles, he received on October 28, 2019 from Franklin County a home loan for $16,782 on real estate, commonly known as 1522 Little Avenue, Township of Franklin, Ohio. The requirements of the housing loan have been satisfied. The property taxes are paid in current, and I respectfully request the approval of the discharge of mortgage on this property.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82222.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 82222 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Next up, Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 80822, resolution approving a contract between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services and ConsumerInfo.com Incorporated, also known as Experian Consumer Services, in the amount of $12,834.25.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Chief Administrator for Franklin County Job and Family Services. The credit monitoring services, Experian Credit Report at sign up, credit monitoring, I should say include Experian Credit Reporting sign up, credit monitoring, internet surveillance, identity restoration, Experian Identity Work Extend Care, and identity theft insurance. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 80822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 80822 has been adopted. Resolution number 82322, resolution approving a subaward agreement with the Ohio Association of Food Banks for the management of work activities as required by the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program Employment and Training Program in the amount of $806,938.80.
Commissioners, in Ohio, able-bodied adults without dependents, or ABODs, must comply with monthly federal requirements for Food Assistance Employment and Training Program in order to receive food assistance benefits. Over the past 9 years, our agency has contracted with the Ohio Association of Food Banks to coordinate and manage allowable work activities under the SNAP Employment and Training Work Experience Program. Over the last contract period, OAF served over 12,085 work-required residents, conducting individualized assessments and connecting them with job readiness training, worksite placements, and more. They also help with other barrier removal or referring customers to legal assistance to help prepare these ABODs for employment. We are once again proposing to enter into an agreement with the Ohio Association of Food Banks to continue the coordination and management of the program, as well as developing their network of community-sponsored work sites over the next year. The association will serve an estimated 1,500 work-required ABOD residents, and as the COVID-19 pandemic dictates, they will utilize over-the-phone services for appraisals and afford opportunities for virtual training activities as warranted. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82322.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 82322 has been adopted. Resolution number 82422, resolution approving a subaward agreement with I Know I Can for youth career development services in the amount of $575,059.52.
Commissioners, I Know I Can College and Career Advising Expansion Model places full-time college and career experts in high schools with the goal of ensuring every student is prepared and has the ability to enroll in college or enter a career after graduating. Under the last contract, I Know I Can provided college and career advising to more than 4,500 students at Central Crossing, Franklin Heights, Grove City, and Westland in the Southwestern Schools, and Whitehall Yearling High Schools in the Whitehall School District. This year, I Know I Can continues to provide college readiness services for high school seniors while also offering comprehensive career advising programs for students in the grades 9 through 11. The program is designed to motivate students toward a successful life after high school, while also ensuring that they have the education, skills, and credentials needed for in-demand employment opportunities in Franklin County. Under the new contract, I Know I Can will provide college and career preparedness for approximately 4,300 high schoolers at the high schools mentioned before. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 824-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 824-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 825-22. Resolution approving contracts with the Deaf Services Center Incorporated in Hands-On Central Ohio for Title 20 Social Services in the amount of $489,994.98.
Our last resolution affords Title 20 services and are intended to enable residents to improve self-sufficiency, support independent living, and strengthen family life. Our agency is responsible for administering Title 20 Block Grant funds locally via contracting for necessary services. We are proposing contracting with Deaf Services Center to provide case management, interpretation, and sign language for approximately 142 low-income deaf or hearing impaired residents. We're also proposing to contract with Hands-On Central Ohio to provide information and referral services 24/7 across Franklin County. Last year, the Hands-On line received more than 80,000 calls. And pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 825-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 825-22 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a good one. Next up, Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 826-22. Resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to sign an award and acceptance form in receipt of a FY 2023 Victims of Crime Act grant from the Ohio Attorney General's Office in the amount of $109,200.51.
Good morning, Franklin County Administration. In alignment with directives from the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Office for Victims of Crime, grant funds will be used to support victim assistance and compensation programs such as those which benefit victims by providing training for professionals who work with victims, by developing projects to enhance victims' rights and services, by undertaking public education and awareness of activities on behalf of crime victims. More specifically, funds will be allocated to support victim services for child abuse, neglect, domestic violence, sexual assault, and other underserved populations in Franklin County. The funds will also support salary, benefits, and other administrative and operational costs of our court-appointed special advocates of Franklin County, allowing them to provide services to crime victims and witnesses in Franklin County. This resolution also authorizes the Franklin County Administrator to sign the award and acceptance of this Victims of Crime grant. Additionally, the use of the VOCA funds align with goals 8, 9, 11, and 12 of the Rise Together Blueprint for reducing poverty in Franklin County. Pending any questions, we would ask your approval of this resolution.
If there are no questions or comments, I'll move approval of Resolution 826-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 826-22 has been adopted.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great one. Next up, sanitary engineers.
Resolution number 82722. Resolution authorizing a second modification to the general engineering services contract with Arcadis US Incorporated, an increase of $150,000 in the amount of $418,900.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Ryan Stowe with Sanitary Engineering. Sanitary Engineers requesting approval of a second modification to our general engineering services contract with Arcadis. Our original general engineering services contract was approved in 2019 with a value of $198,900 in a period of 24 months. In 2021, we did the first modification to that contract to increase its value by $70,000 and to increase the period of performance from 24 months to 40 months. Due to the current status of ongoing projects and anticipated future engineering needs, period of performance needs to be extended by an additional 12 months for a total of 52 calendar months. The funding necessary to cover the additional 12 months is estimated to be $150,000, which will increase the contract value to $418,900. The $5 million provided to the Department of Sanitary Engineering from the Board of Commissioners will cover the expense of the additional work, and the scope will remain unchanged. Pending any questions or comments, I request the passage of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 82722 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, human resources.
Resolution number 82822. Resolution approving and authorizing the county administrator to execute a contract for employee background check services and equipment with the Ohio Attorney General and authorizing the county administrator to perform administrative functions related to employee background checks.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Benjamin Nolan, Human Resources Officer 2, presenting today's resolution on behalf of the Franklin County Department of Human Resources. This resolution requests authorization for the county administrator to execute a contract for employee background check services and equipment with the Ohio Attorney General. The Franklin County Department of Human Resources is required to conduct certain background checks in accordance with federal and state law for prospective and current employees with access to federal tax information. Under the proposed agreement, the Ohio Attorney General will continue to conduct the required background checks for prospective and current employees with access to federal tax information and provide the needed equipment to complete those checks. The resolution would also authorize the county administrator to approve contracts for services, supplies, products, and goods, related to employee background checks, provided required procurement processes have been followed and the contract is approved to form by the prosecutor's office. Pending any questions or comments, we ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 82822 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have purchasing.
Resolution number 82922. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $2,899,279.90.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing, and joining me is D'Amica Withers, Chief Economic Equity and Inclusion Officer in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 93 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. Chief Withers has the supplier diversity data for this week. Good morning, D'Amica.
Good morning, Megan. Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. 8 of the purchase orders being presented today will include 1 local economically disadvantaged enterprise, 2 minority business enterprise, 1 small emerging business enterprise, and 4 women business enterprises, totaling $92,554.13. The following agencies have increased their supplier diversity this week: Emergency Management, the Data Center, Engineer, Prosecuting Attorney, and the Sheriff's Office. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 82922.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 82922 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 83022, resolution authorizing the agreements between Franklin County and the Public Safety Answering Points for the disbursement of wireless 911 government assistance funds.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Schler with the Office of Management and Budget. On October 26th, the 911 Planning Committee met and approved an updated funding formula to allow for the distribution of funds to the cities of Columbus, Dublin, and Westerville, as well as the Franklin County Sheriff's Office in 2023. This resolution would authorize the county administrator to sign the agreements for the distribution of the wireless 911 government assistance funds, as well as provides additional appropriation adjustments for additional distributions that are required in 2022. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83022.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83022 has been adopted. Resolution number 83122, resolution appointing Aaron K. Hopkins to the Columbus and Franklin County Local Food Board.
Good morning, Commissioners. This resolution is appointing Aaron Hopkins to the local food board, so pending any questions, respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83122.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83122 has been adopted. Resolution number 83222, resolution reappointing Randy Sokol to the Columbus and Franklin County Local Food Board.
This resolution is for reappointing Randy Sokol, and he's a member in good standing, so pending any questions, respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83222.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83222 has been adopted. Resolution number 83422, resolution appointing John E. Singleton to the County Hospital Commission of Franklin County, Ohio.
This is a resolution appointing John Singleton to the Hospital Commission, so pending any questions, respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83422.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83422 has been adopted. Resolution number 83522, resolution appointing David C. Tiggett to the County Hospital Commission of Franklin County, Ohio.
This resolution is to appoint David Tiggett to the Hospital Commission, and pending any questions, respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83522.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83522 has been adopted. Resolution number 83622, resolution reappointing Rhonda L. Comer to the County Hospital Commission of Franklin County, Ohio.
This resolution is to reappoint Rhonda Comer to the Hospital Commission. She is a member in good standing and respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83622.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83622 has been adopted. Resolution number 83722, resolution reappointing Daniel R. Hackett to the County Hospital Commission of Franklin County, Ohio.
This resolution is to reappoint Daniel Hackett. He is a member in good standing and respectfully asking your approval for this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83722.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83722 has been adopted. Resolution number 83822, resolution reappointing Patrick T. King to the County Hospital Commission of Franklin County, Ohio.
This resolution is to reappoint Patrick King. He is also a member of in good standing, so pending any questions, respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 83822.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 83822 has been adopted. Resolution number 83922, resolution reappointing Chester P. Poremski to the County Hospital Commission of Franklin County, Ohio.
This is a resolution reappointing Chester Poremski. He's a member in good standing, so pending any questions, respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 839-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 839-22 has been adopted. Resolution number 840-22, resolution reappointing Zachary T. Telerik to the County Hospital Commission of Franklin County, Ohio.
This resolution is to reappoint Zachary Telerik to the Hospital Commission. He is a member in good standing and respectfully asking for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 840-22.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 840-22 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any journalizations?
We do not.
Are there any members of the media, online or in person, who has any comments or questions? Hearing and seeing none, that concludes our business for today. Thank you.